Morning, Ken at Tortoise Capital. We had a discussion in the Council of Elders last night about the state of volatility. JC asked, hey, is this evidence of a green shoot in a declining volatility as the precursor to a major turning point in the indexes? You know, triggered by the Fed promising unlimited money. The logic is Fed lends to the banks who buy treasuries, use that for leverage to large institutions who then buy an unlimited number of calls in the broad U.S. indexes, betting on that after 40% sell-off that maybe there's some upside. So that uninterrupted flow of infinite money could be a trigger for the long run, especially if Congress passes a pork emergency cash package that solidifies their chosen winners. If I was a conspiracy theorist, I would say, well, you can't detect insider trading if you're not only not looking for it, but are actively hiding it. So we'll see how that shakes out. They should all go to jail. But anyway, that could be the plunge protection team's call. So, is this a green shoot? I said, well, I think so, and it could be so based on the following. Even though the market was off 2.5%, VXX got smashed. And the risk Z has turned the corner, albeit at a 4 sigma adverse. That's what a green shoot in volatility looks like. This was a swing trade alongside opportunity, as was this, as was this, as was this, and as was that. So spring is spring, and the math just performs the computations. So after turning the corner, after an adverse 4 sigma and the Fed promising unlimited money, it's an implied call for every sovereign wealth fund and every institutional banker that has a long-term, decades-long approach. How can you fight that long-term? I don't know. So here's the Z3 pinch breakout under normal quiet volatility back in mid to late February. The Z3 breakout. This one was a Z3 pullback and then closed well and second leg up. Now we've had 1, 2, 3 lower closes. Today, VXX got smashed again, so that's already unfolding. You'll see that in a separate video. And then the PSAR flip, which is sort of the official move back to the Bollinger Band mean, and the long-term fair value of volatility. That got hit today, as the dragon does not hold. The previous Z3 excursion, the previous Bollinger Band mean, and the RL 270 before it took off, the adverse Z3, the Z-1, the peak of the Z-1, and MACD histogram 4 seasons rolling over into fall today. So yeah, green shoot, I think so, and that's the way I'm trading. Thanks. Good morning, Ken at Tortoise Capital. This is a follow-through on our discussion from last night with the Council of Elders about the volatility trade. So this is VXX. You could trade this in UVXY or TVIX if you want double the returns, or 1.5 times the returns, I should say. So we have the VWAP gap down. It finds in the first 30 minutes this double bottom, then crosses the VWAP. It's a frog box off the bottom, minimum manageable risk box. So risk in $1 or less. Buy one. Here's the Z3 from that moment, so we're paying attention to that. You get a high, a higher high. You have a low, 2 higher lows, so you add a second position. It holds. I'm not offended if you cash this and then re-enter, but you must re-enter. I didn't because the rest of the market was running wild. So third position, fourth position, that felt like enough. We're heading towards lunch. Cash, Z3 pinch occurring, makes a high, a low. That is now the new trade reference. That's the same size as this box. That's how much it varies while it's pausing. By the breakout, makes a Z3 excursion, comes back, I want to get paid, lock it in. I was out of gas emotionally to do this one here, and it felt like lunchtime, so I just decided to wait and see. By this time, the downside move is considerable back to the VWAP or to the RL270. So I make my, it's the same size box every time, guys. Peak of the 10 to the belly of the 10. That's how much the normal noise generating process creates. And now you could say, yeah, it looks like this now from Z2 to Z2. But that's the sideways quiet channel. The downside is the VWAP and the rising RL270. Notice the importance of this turn. That makes it easier for this to feel like the long side. This could double today. This is what the market looks like. Wait till you see when. Holy smokes. The intraday move on that one, and then on Brazil and Mexico, our frog champions, it looks just like this. Unlimited opportunities today. I already showed you XLB, and Alcoa was amazing. And our good friends U.S. Steel dominating. Let's go.